Hi, it's John Costino again, and I want to thank you for tuning into this training video. Before we get started, I really want to kind of put this out there because I want everybody to understand the importance of what we're going to talk about and why it's non-negotiable. Now, for those of you that know my background, I apologize for boring you with it, but for those of you that don't, it's important that you understand the information I'm going to share with you right now is not something that I'm guessing at. I've been in this industry for 3 decades. And as you know, I've been a representative, and as a representative, I've made it to the top of multiple companies as a field leader. I've left the field and gone on to become a consultant in the industry. I've written compensation plans, so I understand how this works. More importantly, I've been a corporate officer as the VP of Sales and Training for a number of companies and a minority owner in the network marketing world. But that's not the important part. The important part is that based on the information I'm going to teach you right now, as a field representative, I didn't build 1. I didn't build 2. I didn't build 3, but I built 4 networks that I believe were very, very successful. The first one had over 125,000 representatives. The second, I built from scratch to over 350,000 representatives. The third, I should say, over 800,000 representatives, but the fourth is the one I'm the most proud of. In a 3-year run, I helped build a company from $22 million in revenue to over $400 million in revenue. Now, I want to be the first one to say it wasn't me. I am no better than anyone else. I'm no smarter. I'm simply going to tell you that I stayed within a system, and the system worked every time. It didn't work in one company or 2, it worked in every one of them. And the funny thing is there are people all over the home-based business industry right now using the training that I gave them and the systems that we're talking about, having massive success in all different companies. So it works for everyone who's willing to buy into it and apply it. And that's why I want you to pay close attention, because we're going to start off with the 4 core principles. These 4 core principles are the baseline to your success, and I'm going to tell you why. So many people struggle with one massive part of this industry. It's the attrition rate. 85%, 85 out of 100 people who say yes and join end up quitting before their first year renewal date. Now, why does that matter? It's almost impossible for you to get ahead if you're building a business and 85% quit. You can't have that compounding exponential growth. You're replacing the people who quit year after year. Well, I found out there was a secret to avoiding that, to preventing that, and to solving it. And it's called the 4 core principles. We sort the people coming in so that the wrong people never join. Now, I want you to focus on this. The first principle is simple. You commit to 4 months. Why? Because if you're not going to commit to at least 4 months, let me explain to you what's going to happen. People will say, let's see how this thing works. Let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. And I'll let you know that what's going to happen is you're going to struggle. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to get frustrated. And if you don't have a commitment to at least 4 months, you're most likely going to quit. Why? Because there's no reason to stay. If you will think about this, in every other area of your life, anything that was worth doing, you committed to a process of learning how to do it. And if you will commit to that here, in 4 months, we will help you to understand completely how this works, and you'll navigate the obstacles. If you're not willing to go past these obstacles, chances are you can't have that success. So the first core principle is commit to 4 months. The second core principle, which is just as important, is commit to learning and applying the system. Now, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I just established that this is not me saying listen to me. This is me saying listen to a successful track record through history. Here's my goal. For the first 4 months, just do what we teach. Just try it out and apply it. And if after 4 months you're not absolutely having fun and making money, do whatever you want. But I'm that positive that during those 4 months, you'll have enough success that you won't want to do anything else. That you'll turn around and you'll teach your people the same thing because it worked, because you're having success and you want to duplicate that with them. So the first 2 core principles are simple. Number 1, commit to 4 months, and number 2, during those 4 months, commit to learning the process. Now, I'm going to speak to you people right now that are already very, very successful. I want you to hear me carefully. I respect the success that you have in your chosen industry, your chosen field, and your chosen career. But let me give you a perfect example. If you were a heart surgeon, and you were a very successful heart surgeon, but you got pulled over for drunk driving, When you went to court, would you represent yourself? Would you go in there and say, I'm a tremendous heart surgeon? Or would you instead go find the best criminal defense attorney to make sure that you had the best chance of being acquitted? Nobody would argue that. They would all say, of course. You wouldn't expect the success in the medical field to translate into the courtroom. Well, why would you expect it from anywhere else to translate into home-based business? So simply treat this as a profession and be willing to learn. I'm not asking for more than 4 months, but I'm asking you to give it 4 months to become an expert, to become professional, and to become effective in your home-based business. Now let's go to the third core principle. This is key because this is your blueprint. The blueprint is simple. In your first 30 days, commit to doing the following. Number 1, acquire your first 3 retail customer accounts. Now this is so important. We have created the tools so that you don't have to go out there and become an expert. Let the tools that we have given you be the expert. But your job is to sort. So in these first 30 days, I don't care if you have to talk to 10, 15, 25, or 50 people. You will find 3 people who are struggling with their finances and are open and willing to finding a solution and a way out. Your job is to go out there as quickly as possible. And we'll teach you and we'll help you to do it in your first 48 hours if you want, to find 3 retail customer accounts to qualify your position. That's not the maximum. We want you to get more, but we want you to get at least 3. The second part to your 30-day blueprint is to go out there and find at least 5 new business associates to join you in building your business. Now again, I don't care if you have to talk to 5, 10, 15, 25, or 50 people, you're going to find 5 of them that are frustrated with their current financial situation. Maybe they're not being recognized at work the way they feel they should. Maybe they just need a change. It doesn't matter, but out of 50 people, you'll find 5 that are open to a business opportunity if it makes sense. Now, when you take that snapshot at the end of your 30 days, you'll have acquired 3 retail customers personally, and you'll have acquired 5 business associates personally. That blueprint is what we're going to duplicate throughout your entire organization. But that's the third core principle. That's what your personal job is in those 30 days. Now, that takes us to the fourth core principle. And that's for you to commit to help each of your 5 business associates that you've personally introduced to this business to go out there and do the same thing. Help each of those 5, once they get started, to go out there and acquire their 3 personal retail customer accounts. Now do you see why it was so important for you to have your 3? See, if you don't have your 3 and they say, hey, how long did it take you to get yours? And you say, well, I don't have them. Their brain is going to say, this must be difficult. This must be way harder. But if you can say, I got my 3 within 48 hours. I got my 3 within my first couple of days. In fact, I have 7. It tells them, okay, this works and I need to follow it. The goal here is for you to help your people. We're in the business of helping others. The philosophy is simple. Forget about you and focus on your people. Help your people to achieve success and you'll be taken care of. Well, that begins at the foundational level, at the blueprint of their first 30 days. So the neat thing is you've got your 3 retail customers, you've got your 5 associates that you're helping, and as they enroll during your 30 days, you're helping each of them to go out there and get their 3 retail customers. Now, if you do that, here's what happens at the end of your 30 days. You have set up and run a profitable business because in your first 30 days, it cost you $49.99 to get started. So we'll call it $50. But you have earned in those same 30 days $10 times 3 for the 3 retail customers. You've also earned $5 for each of the associate accounts that came in. So when you add that up, 3 times 10 is 30, 5 times 5 is 25, that's $55. But you also have already qualified for the first rank advance bonus, which is $50. Now, I'm not asking anybody to jump up and down for joy that they're rich, because you're not rich, but you're profitable. And I want to keep this at the foundational level clear. If people can start a business and turn a profit they're more likely to stay. They're less likely to quit if it's working and they're having fun. So at the end of 30 days, you've earned $105 against your 50. Can we call that a victory? Can we call that success? I know we can call it profitable, but more importantly, your residual income. You have now a $5 times 3 building up for your retail customers, along with 50 cents times 5 for your associates, which means in your first 30 days, you've built a residual of $17.50. Now again, I'm not asking you to jump up and down for joy, but ask yourself this question: can we say that you're on your way? More importantly, if you completed the fourth core principle, you've actually developed a $25 a month residual. Now I want you to think about that for a second, folks. You started a business for 50 bucks and you earned 105. Your monthly cost is $30 and you've already developed a $25 a month residual. If you stopped there and did nothing else, is there a chance that the residual would continue to grow as your group grew? Most likely. But the bottom line is we're not going to leave it up for chance. That's your 30-day blueprint. That's your success principle based on those 4 core principles. But let's talk about how you can go out there over the next 3 months and build yourself what I'd like to consider a solid foundation. Now, if we take that blueprint that you just said makes sense, 3 retail customers, 5 associates, and help them to get their 3 retail customers, and we duplicate that the next month with each of your 5, here's what happens. You invest the time to help each of those 5 achieve the goal like you committed within the 4 principles, and your organization at the end of 60 days would be 5 teams each, 5 teams each with 24 accounts. Now I want you to think about that for a second. You've not only earned your first rank advance bonus, but you've picked up your second, which is a $500 bonus for having 3 teams of 10 accounts. You are literally 1 account away in 3 of those 5 teams from maximizing a $1,000 bonus within 60 days. So I said it earlier, don't let the minimums become the maximum. Don't stop at 3, get more than 3. But if in 3 of those 5 teams, somebody got 4 instead of 3, you'd be qualifying automatically for the full $1,000 bonus. We're not guaranteeing it, but we're showing you a blueprint to earn it. Now here's the cool thing. Your 90-day bonus was 5 teams of 25. Think about that. At the end of your second month, based on this blueprint, you are 1 account away in each of those 5 teams from already earning your 90-day bonus of $1,500. Do you understand now why it's so important to follow the blueprint, to follow the system, and to have a solid foundation? Because if you take it that next month, now we're in your 3rd month, you did your blueprint, you invested the time, I use the I word, you're investing time in your business by sitting down and helping each of your 5 to accomplish that blueprint because you're setting a precedent. Now, what are they going to do with each of their 5? You can't manage everybody by yourself, but you set the right example. And by the way, you're always setting an example. It's either a good one or a bad one. I'm only going to allow you to set a good one. We follow the same principle. And all of a sudden, in that 3rd month, your 5 are duplicating what you did. And now your 5 teams, based on this example, have 124 accounts each. 5 teams with 124 accounts will max out your 120-day bonus of $3,000. So I want you to think about this. You committed to a 30-day model that made sense. You duplicated it to your 5 people that next month, and you helped them to duplicate it 1 more time. So in that 90-day window, based on this example, you have 5 teams, each with 124 accounts in it. You've maximized, based on this theoretical example, $5,550 in rank advance bonuses. Now again, let's talk about your business. It cost you $50 to get started. You paid $30 in month 2, or you got a retail customer because there's no purchase requirement. And then in month 3, another $30. So you spent $50 plus $60, $110. Let's take it to the 4th month. Another $30. So $50 plus $90, $140 that you spent on your business. to earn $5,550 or some fraction thereof, the bottom line is you're in profit. You've set up a successful and profitable business. But more importantly, the residual income. And please understand, this is the biggest reason why most people join the home-based business industry. It's not just to make money. It's to make money and be able to take your foot off the gas pedal, step away, and have that income continue and possibly continue to grow as well. That's why I said, don't listen to me because I say so. Listen to me because the history and the track record works. This is what the 4 core principles will do. This is what the blueprint will do. But the bottom line is it comes down to you. So I'm going to close by asking you a very important question. And here's the question. Are you serious about being successful and making money? Are you really serious? Because you joined the business, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. But if you're serious about building a business, will you invest a little bit of time? Let's be crazy. Would you invest 2 hours with each of those 3 retail customers to make sure that they enrolled, that they filled out their financial profile, that they got their blueprint? Would you invest a couple of hours with each of those 5 business associates to join to help them to get started, to help them to get off to a successful start with their own blueprint? Because if you're not willing to do that, I'm telling you, as the founder of this company, don't join. This is not a lottery ticket, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it is. But I'm going to tell you that it is the absolute fairest opportunity I'm aware of in the industry, and this blueprint will work for anyone. We're giving you the tools. We're not asking you to present. We're not asking you to go out there and train. We're not asking you to figure anything else out. We're simply saying follow a model that is successful and has a track record. My name's John Costino. It's your money. Spend it more wisely.